Hello there. You're listening to the Box Office Show. I'm Ryan Hill.
And I'm Dylan Johnson. Today we're going to talk about the box office numbers from last weekend and our box office predictions this upcoming weekend.
We'll also be discussing the return of Star Wars to the big screen with The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Start with some news. The Cannes Film Festival has just finished, and we have some awards to announce. The Palme d'Or, what many consider the highest prize in cinema, especially international cinema, was given to Fjord from Christopher Mungiu, which is a combination of Norwegian and Romanian filmmaking here about a Romanian family living in Norway with very conservative values, starring Sebastian Stan, Renata Rensby, who I am deeply in love with, and this is exciting. It is the seventh win in a row for Neon, which is crazy.
Indeed, the streak continues.
Indeed, and personally, it's now on my radar. I'm looking forward to it. It was like peeking onto my radar a little bit before the festival. I heard of it. I was interested, and now I'm gonna see it.
Yeah, it's got to be way up there. It could be a huge Oscar contender.
Mm.
Christian Mungiu.
What did I say?
The fellow's name. I think he said Christopher.
Did I say Christopher?
Yeah.
Well,
and I had to fact check myself. Terrible. I was like, "There's no way this man just mogged me by pointing out the real."
What's funny is that it wouldn't be the first time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, "Oh no, I messed it up."
What's odd is I usually
this time
read
I didn't
word for word, even when you misspell it, and so for me to misread what our notes have here is rare. You know, I usually don't misread what we have typed out here. But hey, there's a first for everything.
Indeed, there is. But yeah, I'm super excited for this one.
Yeah,
based on the response that it's getting, it's seeming to be a little bit divisive, and the actual subject matter of the film itself seems like it it's dealing with ethical dilemma, the cultural clash, like all that stuff. Seems very ripe for some strong drama, and there's apparently some courtroom drama elements to it as well. So,
you and I both love that.
Yeah, God. So I'm locked in for that. So Fjord, definitely one to look out for. I have a list. I have like a little watch list of things, particularly for the Oscar draft that we do. I always have like the contenders.
You, me both.
So I'll go through and bold the ones that I really, really want to catch. And Fjord just got bumped up to the bold status.
Whoa, so. Full bolded. Any other one of these got bolded? The Grand Prix winner, Minotaur, from Andre Zweigenstev. Andre Zweigenstev.
Yeah, Zweigenstev. There you go.
Zweigenstev. Andre Zweigenstev.
Yeah,
a joint Russian, French, German, Latvian production.
Indeed, yeah.
I know nothing about this movie.
Because they're all European, so they all have, at least 4 different countries that they're co-producing. So I just put whatever country is the where it's set. So this is set in Russia.
Okay.
During the Ukraine war, the very beginning of it, and it's this businessman that finds out that his wife has been unfaithful.
Oh, so no.
There's a war going on. There's corporate pressures, and then also there's an affair going on at home. So all of that definitely doesn't seem like a good time for him. So absolutely won the Grand Prix. So second place is the runner-up. So definitely got to be one to look out for. I don't know what the distribution situation is going to be like. So whether or not we'll actually be able to watch it at a reasonable time, I don't know. But
who's the jury director again for Cannes this year? Was it Park Chan-wook?
I believe so.
Was it?
I think so. He was part of it. I know Chloe Zhao was part of it. I know Stellan Skarsgård was part of it. I believe it was Park Chan-wook as the director. Yeah,
good group. I trust their opinion.
Indeed. And then there was a tie for best director. So the first film that won was actually co-directed Javier Calvo and Javier Ambrosi for The Black Ball.
Looking forward to that one. I didn't know anything about the Javiers, but then I learned about them after they obviously won this award, and I was doing my research for Cannes, And La Bola Negra sounds very interesting.
Indeed. It's got, we're focusing on 3 different gay men in Spain across time. Some of it during Spanish Revolution and one that's more, modern times. So, yeah, very ambitious story there. But this one became like a Palme d'Or contender. Fjord is, it always felt like the front runner going into Cannes, but yeah, the Black Ball emerged as a strong contender, and then obviously got this award, so they definitely wanted to recognize it. So yeah, this will be one to look out for. And then, how about your guy?
Oh, the other winner for Best Director, Pavel Pawlikowski for Fatherland, a movie that takes place in Germany and Poland. He's a Polish filmmaker. This is starring another GOAT, Sandra Hüller. And I watched the little minute trailer they had of this. It definitely gives me vibes of the last movie of his that I saw, which was Cold War back in 2018. And I really liked that movie. Other people did not like that movie, but I really liked that movie.
Such a funny story. So this one, I don't know when it's coming out, but do you think you'll go Valentine's Day once again, or?
No, I will not. I will not take a girlfriend to see a black and white Polish film on Valentine's Day ever again. That was my bad.
So yeah, I haven't seen any of his films, but obviously that's a legendary.
You should watch Cold War. I mean, the cinematography alone, it's one of the best shot movies I've ever seen.
I will watch it. Yeah, I mean, it was nominated, wasn't it, for
best cinematography?
So,
yeah,
I
and
definitely
a lot of other stuff.
We'll check that out before Fatherland comes around here, which hopefully it does. I mean, based on this, I'm getting the Best Director award. Some of the conversations coming up, it seems Sandra Hüller could be in play for a nomination for that. So
yeah,
that'll hopefully incentivize whoever has it. Maybe Neon already has it, but for them to distribute it in a timely manner over in the States. In Jury Prize, The Dreamed Adventure from Valeska Grisbach. This is from Bulgaria. So, yeah, definitely interesting one to see. It's about some woman who's in a town that's right on the border between Bulgaria and Greece and Turkey, and an old companion that she runs into is apparently in some kind of shady, possibly criminal enterprise that she slowly gets roped into. But it's not too heavy on like a crime drama. It's coming at it from more human, more drama angles. So very curious about this one. Not one that I expect to get a timely release in the States. So no. When, if ever, we'll be able to see this. It may just become one of those that's like,
you might have to go back to Bulgaria for this one.
I might, yeah. So hopefully it does come around. I would love to see it. Yeah, anything Bulgarian related definitely catches my eye now. So those are some of the big prize winners. There's some other notable films, though, that went home empty-handed.
Number one movie I'm most looking forward to from Cannes, by far. All of a Sudden, from Ryusuke Hamaguchi. You know that Drive My Car was my favorite movie that year. You know how much I love that movie. I got the Criterion of it. Big-time Murakami fan. And to be fair, it's a movie that's based on a 40-page short story of Murakami's. So Hamaguchi did a lot of expanding on it because that movie ended up being damn near 3 hours long. And so, he took the basic premise and he wrote a full 3-hour movie based off of it, which is incredible. And it is fantastic. And I watched his follow-up to that, Evil Does Not Exist, which I thought was okay. I think it had moments. I think the ending confused me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know. I understand what he's going for, but I think it was a movie that was very like realism based, and then at the very end, at the last second, it just makes a very strong metaphor that it hadn't been doing really. Like it had been doing it very subtly, and then all of a sudden, it wasn't very subtle anymore, and I didn't quite understand. But no, I enjoyed that film. I didn't particularly like how they shot it, I guess. I'm not sure what they did. Some kind of like motion smoothing that like
Mm.
Had nothing to do with my TV. It was like the way they shot it was very crisp, and there was not a lot of motion blur. And I don't know, I feel like I was watching a football game. But other than that,
Fascinating.
again, entertaining film. But this movie looks fantastic. It looks like he's getting back to the stuff I love, which is just people talking for a very, very long time. You know what the
Yeah.
runtime is on this
Over,
movie?
I'm looking at it right now, 196 minutes.
Yes. 3 hours and 15 minutes long. Oh my fucking
That
god.
is wild.
I'm seated for this, bro. Holy shit. I am so seated. And the two female leads, they won Best Actress at Cannes, combined together. And so
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to see their collaboration and how their characters kind of play off one another. I don't know. I'm just looking forward to it. This looks like a really good movie. Also, a movie that I don't expect to have a very timely release.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I mean, yeah, coming off, I mean, he won for international feature.
Yeah.
So hopefully this one will come around a little bit quicker.
That being said, I think this is more of an international film than Evil Does Not Exist was, and I was able to watch Evil Does Not Exist. I think before that year's Oscars, even though it was never close to contending. I don't think it was even Japan's submission for that year.
Right.
It was like a very small film that I don't think got distributed anywhere outside of Japan other than like streaming services. And so I was fortunate enough that Criterion was streaming it for a month and I had the Criterion channel. So I was able to watch it that way. And I'm hoping that this one gets picked up by a bigger distributor and hopefully can gain some traction and get like a limited release here in the US. I'm going to keep my eyes out for that.
Yeah, it definitely fits in with his his filmography. I mean, I've only
Mhm.
seen the two most recent ones, but
Yeah.
yeah, he
I've heard good things
he
about
can
his first
definitely,
movie. I need to watch that.
for sure. Yeah, he had one that was going alongside Drive My Car that was also supposed to be fantastic.
Mm,
Something about the wheel or something. I don't know, but
something like that.
yeah, this one, director of a care facility for the elderly, Mary Lou strives to introduce an innovative care philosophy based on listening and respecting residents' dignity, despite resistance from part of her staff. So yeah, it just seems like it focuses in on humanity in a very sweet, touching way.
Mm,
So yeah, I'm excited for it. 3 hours and 50 minutes. You're gonna have to lock in when you go into
bro,
the
seated.
theater for that one.
Dude,
But
watching Drive My Car with bro, and we're watching it, and like 40 minutes goes by, and the credits start rolling, like the opening credits.
oh yeah,
That shit was
yeah,
awesome. 40 minutes of the movie goes by, and the opening credits start to play, and I'm like, this movie slaps.
yeah. It was great. It was great. I still need
It
to go
was
back
great.
and fully fully rewatch.
Yeah, because you fell asleep, didn't you?
Yeah.
You son of a
Again,
bitch.
I was extremely tired
I hate you.
after an overnight. I had not slept, and again,
I
when they got
own
to the snowy
I own
parts,
the Criterion channel. You should the version of it, the
wasn't tired.
Criterion box collection. You should borrow it.
Yeah,
Also,
we
you
can
should give me the
do
ones you have borrowed back.
a Hamaguchi one. I mean, we still need to do the show on them, so until we do, they'll be in my possession. But they're here. I mean, I can show you them right now. They're in good condition, being taken care of beautifully.
You have them on your desk.
Here's one.
Well, there's one.
Out,
This is like
out,
I feel like this
out
is like a
free.
hostage situation.
It's not a
Like holding
hostage
a gun to
situation.
my
No.
DVD heads.
I just said they're perfectly well taken care of, so it's all fine. All right, next up, Hope from Na Hongjin. Have you heard about the reactions to this? This one is one that immediately got written down on the list and then bolded and exclamation points.
I have heard about this. It's aliens invading, right? And it's
Uh-huh.
who's in it? I forget. Tell me who's in it. It's the girl from Squid Games. I know that from season 1 of Squid Games.
Yeah.
I don't remember who the American actors are. Who are the American actors?
There's Alicia Vikander and Michael Fassbender.
I guess neither of them are American, but thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for understanding what I meant.
Yeah. So they, English speaking, again, I have no idea what their role is going to be in that film, but they say this film is insane.
Yeah.
Chaotic, crazy. Comparisons have been made to Michael Bay, to Fury Road, to
It's like very divided, is from what I
Terminator
heard.
2. And then also, again, I pulled up before on Letterboxd, because again, it's Cannes, so it's a pretty, it's not like everyone's going to see it, but obviously there's some critics that I follow on there. So let me pull up what what the responses are, because
Yeah.
it's a wide gap. People are either like all in and they love it, or they absolutely despise it.
That's what I've heard. It's very, very divisive. Which you and I both love a good divisive film.
I do, because you want to see which way. So yeah, we got 4.5 stars from one person, 4.5 from another, 4.5 from another, 1.5 from someone else, 4 from someone else, 1.5 from someone else, and then 2 people did not give it ratings, and one was saying like, "Yeah, I'm not about this." So heavily divisive again, either 4.5 or 1.5. So, and then even just the letterbox curve, I think is wow. You can see it's I got the oh no, I guess it evened out a little more, but at the very beginning it was the bars were highest at the ends, at the extremes. So it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes. So also quite long. Apparently has very janky CGI, but also has some wild, ambitious action set pieces. So I'm down for it. They also released the trailer. I watched the trailer and I was like, yeah, I'm so in on this.
I don't think I've seen the trailer yet. Bro, I love The Wailing. You never watched The Wailing. You probably never will. Because you don't like scary things.
Super scary? Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, it's very terrifying. It's very supernatural. This is the movie I know him from, Na Hong Jin. And I really, really like The Wailing. That's another movie that was like very, very popular when it came out. And then I don't know, I think people like just didn't watch it that much after or something. But this is his follow-up to it, I think. I don't think he's made a movie since then, and that was 10 years ago. So I'm looking forward to it. I really like The Wailing. I like him as a filmmaker. I would like to see what he does with a 2 hour and 40-minute sci-fi epic, Korean, English-speaking joint production sci-fi epic that is apparently selling out in hundreds of territories worldwide.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'm reading somewhere right now that it's setting a sales record for Korean films.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, there you go. They had a great strategy.
Recovered half the production budget before release and pre-sales.
Awesome. Maybe they can put that towards the CGI then before it releases. All right, great. Next up was a film from James Gray, Paper Tiger, with Adam Driver, Miles Teller, Scarlett Johansson. I'm in.
I'm in too, but I'm always iffy on James Gray. You know what I'm saying? You like Ad Astra.
And yeah, I appreciate it more, I guess, than most people. I don't think it's a truly great film, but I appreciate very specific moments. Like in like the stuff on the moon, I think was great. I think a lot of the quiet moments that he does is great. It didn't fully come together, but I do appreciate what he was
enjoyed Lost City of Zed a little bit. However, I was also like held back on that one, where like I'm watching it and I'm like, all the pieces are here for a movie that I should theoretically enjoy. Like I enjoy these actors, they're performing well, the set pieces are really good, the story is interesting, but there's something like there's like some wow factor that is missing from this film. I'm just not like invested as much as I wish that I was. And then I never saw his last film. I forget what it's called. It was the period drama.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. But yeah, the name escapes me.
Yeah, it was with Judd Hirsch, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it was possibly going to be a big Oscar contender, but didn't really materialize that year.
It's
Armageddon Time.
Armageddon Time. Thank you.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, I did not watch that one. I've heard good things about We Own the Night. But yeah, I would watch
really early stuff. Little Odessa, whatnot. So he's going to his, I guess, crime drama roots here. But yeah, there's been a lot of good reactions, especially out of Adam Driver, which is great. So
love Adam Driver.
He's phenomenal. So I'm down for that.
Back with ScarJo. Marriage Story reboot.
With ScarJo, yeah.
Every day I wake up and I wish you were dead.
Crazy stuff.
I love saying that when I'm fighting with somebody. I love it. My favorite thing to quote.
And do you punch the wall? I quote the ScarJo one where she's like, "I can't believe I have to know you forever." I love that one. That's what I quote all the time.
That was really good too.
It's so true. Imagine that.
That is really good.
Like knowing a person that you now hate forever and ever. Oh.
I need to rewatch that movie with fresher eyes because I was only iffy on it when it first came out, and because I'm a big Kramer versus Kramer fan, and I got to rewatch Marriage Story.
do a little reevaluation of it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's soured in some people's eyes, but
Really?
I remember liking it at the time for sure.
Yeah, I can't remember much about it. Also coming out of Cannes, Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma. That is the full title. From Jane Schoenbrunn, who you misspelled their name. But
Well, at least
I
you
watched
got it right. That was a test
it's
to
it's
see.
it's still pronounced the same way. You just missed an E, I think, in the spelling of their name. But
Okay.
I really I liked uh I saw the TV Glow. I thought it was ambitious, and I think there were really cool set pieces in it. And I understood, I understood what I was trying to be made to understood about the film. In a very loose sense. I think overall it wasn't necessarily a movie for me, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't connect with it as much as I wish that I would have liked to, as much as other people I know connected with it. But I thought a lot of the filmmaking behind it was very, very good. So I'm looking forward to this one, especially because it has Hannah Einbinder, who I fucking love Hacks. Come on,
Yeah.
this
Big
will be
hacks
great.
guy.
Big Hacks guy, number one Hacks
Gillian
guy right here.
Anderson in it as well.
I need to finish Hacks. They're dropping the new last season right now. I have to get back into it. Big time Hacks guy.
That's true. That's true. So yeah, very interesting cast. Seems like a fun premise.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know that I'll love it. It's not gonna. I don't think it'll be scary or anything.
Did you watch I Saw the TV Glow?
I did. Yeah, I agree 1,000% with what you said.
Mm.
Like, that's my thoughts exactly on that. And
Okay,
so for this one, I also think, in probably a different way, I think this will just be more. I'm sure there'll be again deeper themes and whatnot, but it seems like it'll just be a little bit more lighthearted and poking fun, but also criticism at slasher films and the final girl, gender politics, and all the stuff like that. So I think it'll definitely be interesting. I know that it'll fully again be a movie for me, but I'm very interested to see it.
Mm.
It got a strong positive reception, so
Yeah.
one to look forward to. This one I think is coming out at the end of summer.
Mm.
So yeah, definitely will be easy to catch this one.
Camp movie.
Theaters.
Movie at the camp. And then Club Kid from Jordan Firstman, another USA film. This is one that I hadn't heard of until earlier today when I was just scrolling on Instagram, I guess. It's about a guy who is a big time partier who finds out he has a 10-year-old kid and they have to take care of him.
As one
It's a
does.
pretty straightforward concept. It's getting very good reviews. I'm interested. I'll watch it.
Yeah, this was like the surprise find of the festival.
Mm.
What I had been hearing from, again, the people I was like following, looking at the reviews from coming out of Cannes. And so this one also jumped onto the list right away.
Yeah.
And got bold because, people were saying this was like the
one
got
that bold too, huh?
Hit the most for them.
Wow.
So I'm excited to see it. Excited to see it's Jordan Firstman's first movie, I believe. It's directorial debut. So
Jordan Firstman's first man.
Indeed. So first time only you get to see Firstman's first movie. And so, it's now on the list. I think one to look out for.
Yeah.
Moving on to Beyond Cannes, there's another very important award that will be given at the end of this year. A fake award, a made-up award, but a crucial one nonetheless.
All awards are made-up awards. Come on, Ryan. This is a real award to us.
They won't have, a small figure.
I'll mail them something.
To hold from it. Oh, okay. Like the title belt that we were supposed to have 5 years ago for the box office.
They're working on it. It takes the Tibetan monks like years to weave all of that, intricate fabric together to make that belt. So it's going to take a little while. And plus the shipping from Nepal is crazy this time of year. So it might be another couple years, but we're going to get it and it's going to be gorgeous. Okay.
All right. Well, then whoever wins, do you have them working on the award for the 2026 actor as well?
No, that's going to be a little shitty statue or something.
Oh, okay. Nice. So the state of the race, right? We're trying to see whose year is it going to be? Tom Holland's, Anne Hathaway's, Zendaya's, or Robert Pattinson. These are the four that have major heavy hitting films coming
I would
out.
like to also add Renata Rensby to this list. She's got Backrooms and Fjord coming out this year. So
Yeah, it needs to be more than 2 though.
Hey, I'll find another one.
Okay.
I'll make something with her to get her on this list. I'll DM her. I'm pulling for her to win this award.
But it needs to be at least 3 films. Major.
It's not fair that all of these people are also in. They're all in the Odyssey. So this is not fair. Okay.
They are in fact on the. Hey, she got it. She didn't get the call from Nolan. All right.
Give her a chance. She might be in the post-credit scene. Okay. If she is, she has to be added to the running.
Well, yeah, she will. In our next update, we'll circle back and add her in. Yeah, right now, Holland, Hathaway, Zendaya, Pattinson. They just dropped the trailer for Primetime. Have you seen this trailer?
I have. Also, what else is Holland in other than Spider-Man and the Odyssey? What's his third movie?
Avengers.
Oh, boo. Boring.
It counts. It counts.
Boring.
He could be a main character.
I did watch the Primetime trailer. I'm not going to lie. Looks awesome.
It looks so good.
I knew the premise already. And going into the trailer, I did not know that he was actually playing Chris Hansen. I thought he was playing like a fictional version of like a Chris Hansen archetype. Like,
yeah, I thought so too. When he dropped the name, I was like, what?
And I was like, wait, hang on. You're actually playing Chris Hansen? Is this is it a biopic or is it like a fictional version of Dateline NBC, but he's still Chris Hansen?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they got the life rights to Chris Hansen.
Phoebe
Bridgers, doesn't look positive.
Phoebe Bridgers acting. So excited.
Mm-hmm.
So very excited to see Phoebe Bridgers acting. Love Phoebe Bridgers. No, this movie looked great. I'm looking forward to it. Who are you hinging your bets on for this year?
Again, based on this, I'm thinking Robert Pattinson.
I'm also
we got to look at the Odyssey trailer. Drama. He was significant in the latest Odyssey trailer. He's got Primetime, just dropped, looks incredible. Again, like his voice, another voice unlocked for Robert Pattinson. He was in the drama, and then we're going to have him in Dune as well, where he's also going to be playing the villain.
Yeah. You're right.
Of a sort.
It seems like this is Robert Pattinson's fucking
Either way, he's going to be a weird dude in Dune Part 3, so he's going to be fascinating to watch.
He's going to be a weird dude in 4 straight movies, bro. 5 if you include the Bong Joon-ho movie from last year.
Very true. So
when was the last time he played somebody that wasn't a fucking weird dude?
Bruce Wayne, but he's also, he's got this weird.
Bruce Wayne is like the weirdest dude. He's also like the weirdest iteration of Bruce Wayne.
He is most emo. I mean, Michael Keaton had
something in the way.
Michael Keaton was on one for a lot of his.
You want to get nuts?
Batman scenes.
Let's get nuts.
So he might take the gig, but yeah, it's got to be Pattinson. I think right now he's the front runner.
I was hoping it would be Hathaway because I love Anne Hathaway, but I did not love The Devil Wears Prada 2 that much. It doesn't look like she's going to be in the Odyssey as much as I would like her to be in it. I didn't see Mother Mary, and I don't know if I'm going to see the one she's doing with Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, what is that?
The end of Flower Vale Street.
5, doesn't she? Because she has another one. She has the Verity. Is that her? Verity? The
Verity?
One of the. Yeah. Look this up. Who's the author? Colleen Hoover.
She's got an adaptation movie.
Yeah.
She has 5 movies coming out this year.
So that's
she's really coming out of the woodworks.
She is, and it's the most diverse slate.
This is true.
Right? None of them are superheroes.
We can only truly give out this award if we watch all of their movies, though. So we have to watch Mother Mary and The End of Flower Vale Street, or whatever it's called.
End of Oak Street, yeah.
End of Oak Street.
Looks good.
Whatever.
End of Oak Street. So she could come back from there, and obviously we'll have to see the Odyssey. We'll have to weigh, who's
performances
pulling the weight the most.
Zendaya too, with the drama. I think she's a very strong performer in that.
Indeed. And then Odyssey, we'll see. It doesn't seem like she's getting a big role in that, but she'll also be in Spider-Man. And she'll be in Dune. So,
bro, these people are just running it this year, man. I blame Christopher Nolan. I blame Christopher Nolan through and through, and Denis Villeneuve.
Look, I thank them because this is great. They're all fantastic actors, and it's fun to do this little exercise. But yeah, right now I think
these 4 actors, Do you think any of them will be nominated for an Academy Award next year?
Mm,
Early
mm,
predictions. Having seen only like one of these movies.
only Robert Pattinson for primetime would be possible, and then I don't know if it's going to be
You don't think Pattinson's
something like
supporting
that.
actor, The Odyssey?
No.
You don't think
Things have changed, but The
hey
Odyssey
man,
doesn't seem like a film that should have any nominations coming out of it, but we'll see.
any like acting
Acting
you mean?
nominations, yeah.
Not even Matt Damon?
I love Matt Damon. Probably not. I love him. He got nominated for The Martian, so it is possible. But I don't know.
I'm rooting for
Things
Matt
have
Damon.
changed, though. But we'll see. I don't think so.
I love Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Matt Damon.
Word. So, so do you think he's going to get nominated or anyone else?
I love Matt Damon. We'll see.
Okay. So Robert Pattinson is in the lead. Matt Damon, maybe he's got The Rip. That was a Netflix movie, and then The Odyssey. Does Matt Damon have another one coming out this year? Should he be added to the
I don't think
running?
so. I think he's going full on for The Odyssey.
Now, do you factor Euphoria for Zendaya?
Ooh, fair enough. I guess I would have to watch the last season of Euphoria. She's also on a tear. What is going on right now, man? They just line them all
Shrek
up for
5
this
as well. She was going to have the biggest year of all time.
It is. Wow. That's crazy.
Shrek 5 is next year. So then she'll take, yeah. So
it's still crazy.
But having Euphoria, because again, that's got to be right now the biggest show airing, I imagine. So
yeah, it's probably up there,
but not a movie. So can you really count?
I mean, it's based on acting, not necessarily acting in movies.
That's true. And again, because it's a major, it's a hit show. She's one of the four major elements to it. So yeah, we'll see. I think right now I'm imagining Pattinson will take the dub.
Yeah,
you're there as well.
I imagine as well. I mean, he's fantastic in the drama alone, which puts him up there for me. He looks like he's gonna be really good in The Odyssey. He's gonna be the villain in Dune, which historically has always been a very, favorite performance of mine in the past.
Austin Butler, and then now you get to be super weird. Yeah, again, his character is gonna be really, really weird. So I like that. All right, next up, The Adventures of Cliff Booth. It's getting a 2-week IMAX run starting November 25th because Greta Gerwig's Narnia is now coming next year. So,
well, it got delayed.
So now
I didn't know that. Wow.
Cliff Booth is gonna hit theaters before it hits Netflix.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Kind of. I'm gonna go see it in IMAX. Why not?
Yeah, it works out. Again, it's Tarantino wrote it, Fincher directed it. It's gonna be a good time.
Love David Fincher. Yeah. Let's do our box office breakdown for May 15th to the 17th. In first place, Michael made $26 million. That's a 31% drop. It's a decent hold for its third or fourth week now.
Third weekend, yeah. So it came back on top. So doing very well for itself. The Devil Wears Prada 2. Did you predict that? Or did I predict that?
I think you and I both predicted that. You want me to go back and pull up the tape?
Yeah. Let's review.
You and I both said it's going to be back on top. Okay, buddy?
Okay.
All right, buddy.
We'll fact check after that. The Devil Wears Prada 2 had 17.8 million. Its domestic total 175 million, and worldwide now 550 million.
This might have been a myth. We might have missed out on this one for our box office draft. This is going to be close to being a heavy hitter,
Indeed.
Anything over 500 is definitely something that was in consideration, and I just didn't think it would hit that high. But good for them. Big success.
I did not either. But yeah.
Apparently legacy sequels are still working. I just, after Twisters, I just didn't think. Who knew? You know what? I should have known. Motherfuckers love early 2000s and mid 2000s fucking rom-coms, and that kind of filmmaking just has not existed in like 15 years.
It's true. This one was for the ladies. Okay, you can't underestimate the gals.
I suppose not. I suppose I've once again underestimated women. In third place, Obsession with 17 million. That is huge, considering it was on a less than $1 million budget. That is a big, big opening. I saw it. and it was awesome. Currently number one movie of the year so far for me.
Really? Wow.
Yes, it is very, very good. Very, very surprising.
It dethroned Hoppers in the
Yeah.
drama.
Well, the drama was number one, and then it was Project Hail Mary, and then it was Hoppers. And now this is number one. I came out of the theater saying 4.5, and I couldn't really figure out why I took the half off. So I'm teetering on a 5, but I'd have to see it again, I think. But right now it's sitting at a 4.5, as all the other movies that I've seen this year that are up there are sitting at. I had no 5 so far. The drama was close. Love the drama.
A horror film making a splash. I'm gonna have to see this one.
You're gonna watch it?
I'm gonna have to. I need to see what all the buzz is about.
Dude, there is a huge amount of buzz around it, which is cool because, you know, indie horror film from, you know, aspiring filmmakers doing so successfully is like the dream. Like, it's really cool. And this is definitely one that cared a lot about the message it was trying to give, as well as cared a lot about trying to do something new, which is refreshing, you know, in an era where I'm in the movie theater probably 30, 35 times a year, and I'm getting used to seeing kind of the same things over and over again. It is refreshing to see something that I've seen a lot of these like tricks and techniques before, but not done in this way. So it's nice to see something refreshing. You know, I don't think Curry Barker is necessarily like reinventing the wheel here, but he's definitely like tinkering with it in a way that is new and fresh that I like. And also really, really funny. Really, really funny. And I don't hear enough people talking about this online because they talk about how scary it is and how like shocking the moments are, but like really, like I was laughing a lot in this movie. And obviously Curry Barker is known for his comedy shorts is mostly over his horror shorts, even though his horror shorts are also really good. But no, I think it's really fucking funny, like a lot of the time.
All right. So yeah, expect an episode on this one in the future, I guess. Obsession.
Get Sean on here.
We're gonna
resident horror expert.
It's true. Mortal Kombat 2, he was also a resident expert for that one. 13.4 million.
And then The Sheep Detectives, 9.5 million. Also a very good movie. I saw The Sheep Detectives. Really liked it.
Didn't end up in the top 3 though?
It's in the top 10 right now. It's just talking sheep solving a mystery. It's really, really delightful. There's not much I can say about it that's bad. It's just like, it's not something that's like going to stick with me, but it was just very, very fun in the moment. It's just a fun family film. Yeah, it's not as funny as I would have liked it to be.
Oh, well.
But other than that,
Super Mario Galaxy movie had 4.5 million. You still haven't seen this one?
No, probably won't.
I mean, why would you need to after our dissection of
it? I got the gist of it, yeah. Project Hail Mary with a whopping 4 million, still in the top 10 somehow. It's been months.
Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick, 3.3 million for that 40th anniversary re-release.
In the Gray, 2.9 million.
Is God Is, 2.2 million, rounding out the top 10.
I want to see that one. I hear a lot of good things, and I meant to go see it. And I think it's going to come out of theater soon, but I'll watch it eventually. Box office predictions for May 22nd to May 24th. The Mandalorian and Grogu in its opening weekend. Obviously, we're reviewing this now, so it's after the opening weekend. But, to be fair, I have not looked at the numbers. The opening for Solo back in 2018.
Well, that's not true, because you sent me a meme on Instagram of Jon Favreau falls to his knees and cries because it made $2 at the box office. He said, "No, I lost so much money on this. No."
I love that. I spent so much fucking money on this movie. It only made $20. So I know that the movie made more than $20.
Yeah, there you go. Because there have not been reports of Jon Favreau falling to his knees and wailing out.
The last movie from Star Wars that wasn't a Skywalker saga film was Solo in 2018, and that made $84 million in its opening. Ryan, do you think this will do better or worse?
I would say better, but I know the truth. You want to know the truth?
Yeah, no. The truth is it did worse. Amazingly so.
But only barely. Only about like 2. And then in the 4-day, because it's a Memorial Day weekend,
Mm-hmm.
So obviously it did more than that, but the goal was to hit 100 million for the 4-day.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I would have said, which was a little bit of hopium, me saying yes, it'll get there. But the truth is it did not, but only barely. Again, it was shy, just 2 million. But
And we'll talk about the truth next week when we do our recap. But let's talk about the movie itself, Mandalorian and Grogu. This is the first Star Wars movie to come out in 7 years in theaters.
Yes, sir.
Which is an insanely long time for Disney to hold on to this property and not make any movies, considering they pump out 3 to 5 Marvel movies and television shows every year. Oh. It's crazy how long they've been sitting on this. I mean, they've been making Star Wars shows, but
they've slowed down on all fronts. But yeah, there was a steady stream of Disney Plus shows.
There's also a steady stream of movie announcements that would continuously get canceled.
Yeah.
And this is the first one to make it out of the group chat.
One of the great running segments on our show is announcing and then immediately, assuming that it would not come to fruition. And then, every announcement is basically the cancellation announcement, which has mostly been true. Again, this one, and this was the only one that we're like, well, this will happen because it's either they do a season 4 or they do the movie, and it's one of them is going to happen. And so if they're deciding to just make a movie, this will happen. So yeah, this one did in fact make it through production. So no Mando season 4. Whether or not there will ever be another season, who knows? But
have you seen the entirety of The Mandalorian?
They made the jump to the big screen. I have, yes.
Do you think, because I only saw the first 2 seasons, I did not watch season 3.
Every live action piece of Star Wars that exists.
Did you like the last season of... You watched The Acolyte?
Yeah.
Crazy. You watched Skeleton Crew?
You're like, what the heck? Dude, Skeleton Crew is good. I wish they would make a second season. We'll talk about this with this one, but all
right, I'll
Star Wars, there's different audiences now. Andor clearly was, the adult audience. If you're a kid, you're not going to like Andor at all. If you're a kid and you watch Skeleton Crew, it'd be like the best thing ever. Like it's perfectly suited to like a younger or family audience. It's so heartwarming. It's so wholesome. It's like the 80s, the Goonies. It's beautiful. I love it. So Skeleton Crew is great. Acolyte, big miss.
Oof.
Big miss.
I've been skipping out on all the shows except for Andor after I watched Boba Fett and Obi-Wan back to back, and I was like, I just can't. I can't keep going. It's like similar quality of bad. Like it's not like they're like diversifying the bad. To me, it was like the same amount of bad between the two, and I was like, it's just gonna keep being like this.
No, except for Kenobi. Andor. We talked about it. We had a whole episode. Again, everyone knows my relationship with Kenobi. So for Ewan McGregor and some of the stuff they did there, I did enjoy that part. But then half the show was, the other nonsense they were doing in the Disney Plus era, and so that wasn't great. Book of Boba Fett, still to this day, I think every Star Wars property like has some silver lining. Like there's some fun things, even if it's like bad, but so bad it's good. You can find enjoyment in it. Book of Boba Fett, I think, is the one Star Wars thing I legitimately hate. Like I actually hated
more than
watching
the Acolyte.
It. I thought it more than the Acolyte. Like in the Acolyte, there's some cool things. Guy
you didn't like live action Cad Bane?
No. He was cool, but
seeing him in live action was cool. Underutilized, 100% underutilized.
I thought the way they ended that was very stupid.
Yeah,
the whole, even just on a fundamental basis. Again, me, the whole Kenobi thing. I made peace with that, right? Like it should have been a movie. It should have been the TV show. The way that they ended, he decides not to kill Darth Vader once again. That's so stupid. But I can make peace with all that. This whole stuff with Boba Fett, where like, okay, Darth Maul as well, this happened. That's cool. That's fine. He died, but we brought him back a million different times, whatever. Boba Fett straight up should have just never come back from Return of the Jedi. Why did we resurrect him? But if we resurrect him, why did you make him lose everything that was cool about him? Like he's just bland. He's just boring. He's just lame. It's so bad. And then they also had Mando for 2 episodes. Remember that when the Book of Boba Fett show became the Mandalorian and Grogu show for 2 episodes? The best 2 episodes of that show of Boba Fett. But it was like, what is going on? It was like the Marvelification of Star Wars, where we're having crossovers and all that nonsense. That was really bad. So yeah, Book of Boba Fett, not a big fan. Anything else with Star Wars, I think it's always silver linings.
Ahsoka good?
Is okay. Again,
Okay.
there's some.
I'm like
really
every
good
5
stuff.
minutes I remember another show that I didn't watch.
You didn't watch Ahsoka? You should, because you watched Rebels, didn't
I've
you?
only seen. I did not watch Rebels. I've seen all
Yeah.
the Clone Wars though. I've seen the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, all of Andor, Obi-Wan, and Boba Fett, and I don't think I've seen any other of the shows.
Yeah, you should watch Ahsoka. You'll probably have to at some point because the path that they're on is, I'm assuming they're gonna make all these jump to the big screen and try and do a big crossover film. But again, some of it was good. Again, the Rebel characters I didn't have too much an attachment to, but there's some interesting things they did. I think some of the lore expansion, which I know was covered in some of Rebels, but I thought that was interesting. The villain was very good in that film or in that show.
In Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
I know
the
what you're talking about. Yeah.
actor passed away, so they'll have to replace him.
Ray
But
Williamson?
Yes, I believe so. Baylor Scroll, I think was his name, the character's name.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was very cool, very fascinating. But, and then Thrawn, they had Thrawn, but he didn't quite live up to all the expectations. But yeah, so again, you and me both, I think our favorite franchise is Star Wars. Like this is
no.
Oh,
I really thought about it. I really put a lot, like coming out of Mandalorian, I put a lot of thought to it because I was like, growing up, I really did love Star Wars because I watched all those originals. I watched the prequels. I played the Lego games. I played Battlefront. In theory, I read the Darth Maul origin book. Like in theory, I really, really liked Star Wars. And then, I think as I've gotten older, I just don't particularly enjoy the universe as much as I did when I was younger. I don't really like connect to the storylines as much as I think I used to, like the good versus evil kind of, cut and dry kind of thing. I don't particularly know if there's like a cinematic universe that I really find fascinating. I just don't know if there's like something or like a in general, just like Harry Potter or like character universe, fictional universe that I like particularly align with super strongly to where I'd say I'm like, this is my favorite. I'm like such a fan of this, because I love the Lord of the Rings films. I love certain Star Wars movies. I love a lot of the Harry Potter movies and a lot of the Harry Potter books. I'm running out of universes. Star Trek. I love the Next Generation of Star Trek. That show is incredible. And I like a couple episodes of the original, and I like some of the movies. I like Wrath of Khan. I like the first Star Trek reboot. Like there's like things that I like within each universe, and there's things that like this kills it for me. I wouldn't want to like I don't have like fantasies about being in these universes like I did when I was younger. Like everybody wants to be in Star Wars. Everybody wants to be in Hogwarts. Everybody wants to be in Middle Earth. And I don't have that like strong pull like I used to, I suppose. I don't know. I guess I've become a little disconnected with like fandom in general.
Lost all the magic, bro.
Childhood a little wonder.
Bit. It's gone.
A little bit, yeah. Like if given the choice, I wouldn't like either as like a creative, like a behind the scenes or like as an actor, I wouldn't necessarily want to like join any of these universes in any capacity in a creative way, personally. Like I would not.
But did you ever? Because we talked about this before. Again, I've always
had an idea of a Star Wars trilogy. Like I
wrote a Kenobi thing.
You wrote a Kenobi thing. You have your own idea for a Star Wars trilogy. I had an idea for a Star Wars trilogy. I've had ideas for like Marvel films, how they could like connect characters and stuff like that. When I was younger, stuff like that.
You're saying, given the chance, they come to you blank check. They say, Dylan, we've run out of all options. Ryan Gosling just dropped out of Starfighter, even though it was already shot. So now it's done. We've lost that.
Don't use my image.
Yeah, we have no other Star Wars films. We can't get anything else off the ground. We need you to come in and save this universe.
Yeah, obviously, if given that option right now, I would say yes, just because I want to make movies as a career, and that is like a blank check to make a like one of the biggest movies of all time that everybody will see, and then
Right.
possibly, if it's good, follow it up with whatever I want to do. So, like in the same way that Christopher Nolan said, "Yes, I'll make a Batman trilogy in exchange for making my own movies," of course, I would make a Star Wars trilogy. But
Mhm.
if I am like an established filmmaker, my biggest wildest hopes and dreams come true, and I am already making very big movies that are popular. You know, if given the opportunity to make a Star Wars film, I think I would say no.
Wow.
I think I would rather make like original scripts than contribute to like a cinematic universe of any kind. Of course, given the opportunity right now, as a guy living in Castleberry, Florida, just sitting in his apartment, yeah, I think I would make a Star Wars trilogy
Yeah, but you
with a
wouldn't have
blank
the
check.
passion for it. You wouldn't be like, "Oh, this is
No,
great
I
for my
would.
career, but also great for
I
my."
would never ever do something without passion towards it, because I feel like that's like the crux of how a huge part of how bad art happens is people who sell out, which I understand. A blank check is very tempting, but if you're going to sell out, you have to at least commit to like a vision and like make talented choices, and make careful choices. So yes, I think by definition I'm selling out in that I wouldn't really want to make a Star Wars trilogy, but I absolutely would in order to, advance a career, of course.
Mhm.
Uh but I would still make the best fucking Star Wars movie that I could. 100%. I would never ever want to make something and phone it in.
Right. You'd be able to find the passion and the joy in the universe to be able
Oh,
to
absolutely. Like
construct.
I would never sign on to like a script somebody else wrote that I think is dog shit.
Right.
I would never like if you put the Book of Boba Fett on my desk right now and said we want you to direct this miniseries, but you have to stick to the script. I think I'd have to say no.
You would say no. Yeah, I mean,
I
I
would
would
say
too
I'll
in that
do it
case.
if you let me rewrite this entire script start to back. Like I'll give you the Book of Boba Fett. It will be none of this though.
Yeah, there'd be some. The reason I'm getting at that is because at least there's still some, again, like passion and joy that you have for the universe, or else you wouldn't accept that
Yeah, I
because
still
you
have the
wouldn't
idea for the trilogy. Like
you
it's
would sell
still
out
there.
entirely if you didn't have any of that passion, right? If you weren't able to find it, because there's some universes, like, again, if someone came to me and did that for Harry Potter, I'd be like, no, I just don't care enough about the wizarding world or anything
I
to
agree. Yeah, I also
do that. So I'd be like, I'm not the guy to make this. Like, oh, you could give me the blank check.
you would
And I
still do
need
it now
to.
though.
I would, yeah, probably be like, okay, let me see what I can do.
Yeah.
But
Either of us
I
getting a
would.
paying job to make a movie, regardless of the movie, we would be tempted to say
Here's the
yes.
thing, right? So again, the Jurassic universe, something like that, where it's like, okay,
Dude.
it's just the playground is just dinosaurs, right? And then here we're saying
Yeah.
dinosaurs in space. So it's like that one, 100% easy. I would do it. I feel like again, something like Alien. I'm like, okay, I enjoy that universe enough, and like what's been established in that world. Be like, okay, what would be my take on
Mhm.
it? Something like
Yeah.
in Wizarding World, I would just be like, I'm just not passionate about the world, about these characters to, like go all in
Bro,
on
dinosaurs
that.
in space. What about dinosaurs in Harry Potter?
Now we're talking. They get what sent back
You're a
to
velociraptor, Harry.
prehistoric times. Dang.
But anyway, enough
All right.
talking about Star Wars in general, in vaguity. Let's talk about Mandalorian and Grogu finally.
But yeah, we say to say all that again. I was maybe one of the few people that was actually excited for the Mandalorian and Grogu because
You are one of the few.
I love
Absolutely.
Star Wars, and
I
the
was
trailers
dreading going to see this movie.
looked good. It looked fun. You're dreading to go see it. Oh man.
I was like,
But
I had to go see it because we were doing the show, and I was like, fuck, dude, I can't go to the gym today because I got to go do this shit. I was like, man, I really want to go to the gym. That's fine. And so I just went, and yeah, I think having come out of it, I think I would have rather gone to the gym.
oh,
I think it has things in it that are good. My overall, the impression that I got from it, sitting in the theater, just thinking about it, was this would be a pretty decent TV special. This is not like a movie. This is not something I want to watch on the big screen. If I was watching this at home and it was like the Mandalorian special, like TV special, I'd be like, wow, this is really cool. Entertaining. It's fun. It's kind of long. It's a little boring at parts, but the production quality is there. Going into a movie theater and like, thank God I have Regal Unlimited, but if I pay like a movie ticket price and I'm sitting in like a full theater with other people and this is on the big screen, not great.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? It's just not very cinematic. It feels like I'm watching a TV show on the big screen. It definitely like ups the ante in terms of production quality from the TV show, but like it doesn't do anything to make it feel cinematic in any way. And this is Jon Favreau we're talking about. This is Jon Favreau who made Iron Man, a movie I watched literally 2 weeks ago while I was getting a tattoo. And that shit is fucking awesome and incredibly cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
Literally launched a cinematic universe. It's incredible. And this is on the other end of the spectrum where it's just like a high budget TV special to me. Of course, I know that they had the desire to make it look like the TV show. It's The Mandalorian. They don't want to stray too far away from what they've already established visually. But like, fuck, dude, like it just looks like a show. I'm like I'm watching television on
I don't know that I agree. I've said this before, where the lines have been blurred between like what is cinematic and what is television, because half of our TV shows are with movie budgets, and
you're right.
2 to 3 years in between. I'm again looking.
But I would say I think Andor the television show looks more cinematic than Mandalorian and Grogu the movie.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say that is also just a difference between,
style.
Look at Dune versus any other sci-fi film this decade. Like, there's no contest, and that's just a measure of like the skill and talent of the filmmakers.
But that's what I'm saying is Jon Favreau has that skill and talent. We've seen it. He has it. This isn't like a this is what he always does. He never does this. He's like made great, fantastic films in the past, and I think this just doesn't hold a candle to it in terms of like quality. And that's not even like talking about the script, which I tried very hard to be on board with. I guess we're just gonna get into spoilers now. In the moment, the easiest thing I can compare it to, which saying this out loud is very high praise, I would compare it to Raiders of the Lost Ark, in the sense that like there isn't really like a character journey, and there isn't really like a theme. It's a guy who's being sent on a mission, and he just has to do the mission, and there is stakes involved. Yeah. And Raiders of the Lost Ark takes that idea and it does it flawlessly. 10 out of 10, perfect. There's a guy, he's on a mission. We've done the exposition in the beginning. We've established who he is personality wise. He's now off and running, and there's great action set pieces. In this show, or in this movie, we've already done a lot of that setup with Mandalorian and Grogu. Like with the Mandalorian show, we know these two characters. We're familiar with them. We're familiar with the world, very much so. And so there's still, and I understand that not everybody's seen the television show, there's still a heavy-handed amount of exposition for a movie that I don't think delivers on like a very entertaining plot.
I hear you. I would say for the Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think I would say there's a whole man of science versus man of faith type arc in there, where he does at least go from being a doubter to being like turn away.
Yeah, you can make that argument.
Let's not look at the arc.
It's a very small theme in what is a very big, like plot heavy film.
Yeah. Again, it's major adventure.
But I'm sure if we tried really hard, we could find a theme in this movie.
Well, that's what I want to talk about, because that is my biggest issue, which is that it doesn't feel cinematic in a way that like this story straight up, if it got deleted, you would miss nothing. Again, we don't know what's going to come next for the Mando
is what I'm saying.
Season 4, but like this doesn't advance anything, even just plot wise, in any major way.
Like one of those, it feels like when I was a kid, I used to watch all the Scooby-Doo like animated movies that were like an hour and 15 minutes long, and it was just like a little adventure that the Scooby-Doo gang would go on. This is what this feels like. That's why I compare it to Raiders of the Lost Ark, because Raiders of the Lost Ark is based on those like serialized TV shows from like the 40s, 50s of like these adventurers, where it's just an hour special of this character going on an adventure. And this is what I feel like this is we have this established character, we have this established universe. They just wanted to make a movie where he went on an adventure and there wasn't like too much of a theme to it. And normally I would be okay with that, because I don't necessarily need a theme to enjoy a movie. But then the movie itself has to be entertaining, and I was bored for a lot of it and low-key falling asleep a little bit. And I was not even tired while walking into the theater, which is a bad sign. If I'm tired going into the theater and I fall asleep, it's not the movie's fault, you know? I've seen you do it. I've done it. It's not the movie's fault. But this one, and Devil Wears Prada 2, they were snoozers. They were putting me to sleep. And I'm like, bro, I was not tired when I walked into this theater, and I'm falling asleep right now in this dark room because you are not gripping me, you're not engaging me in any way, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I would say the theme possibly, maybe, doing with Rada the Hutt.
Yeah.
With him wanting to, grow beyond the reputation of the Hutts, Jabba the Hutt. But they don't really, he's not that much of a character. He's a plot device mainly. He has two scenes where he's very cute playing with Grogu, and then two scenes where he explains directly to Mando the same exact speech. He says the exact same thing of, you know how hard it is to grow up in the shadow of Jabba. I need to be my own man. Like, he says that exact thing in two separate conversations.
Right. Also, very odd. When he first started talking, he was speaking like Huttese or whatever. I was like, okay, I can get on board with this. And he started speaking English, and I was like, very, very clearly Jeremy Allen White. Like, no attempt to hide it, no attempt to make him sound like the other Hutts. Like, it just sounds like Jeremy Allen White with slight voice distortion. And just like the voice does not match the image of Rada the Hutt.
There should have been more voice distortion for sure. And they shouldn't have spoken English. Why did they do that?
They speak English in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, but they're animated. This one, again, they're CGI, they're animated. It just seems really weird to see. And especially with the lack of the voice distortion.
Because I feel
that couldn't happen. Like, again, just think of animals and, the way their voices interact. That's not even them speaking like a language. Now, a massive slug in front of you, there's no way he's just going to sound like a guy like Jeremy Allen.
Sounds like Carmy.
Yeah, like it's just not possible. It just wouldn't physically come out that way. So it just
like
sounds
at least the other two Hutts, they at least had like a little bit more voice modulation and like a little bit of an accent of some kind.
Yeah,
so that it seemed like a little bit more unique than just like an American accent.
Mm-hmm.
They were like doing some kind of like a Huttese accent of some kind. But Jeremy Allen White is just like talking like Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah. So very odd. I will say, again, I love...
to get out of the image of Jabba.
Yeah, I love Rada the Hutt ever since he was that ugly little baby in that Clone Wars movie.
Yeah.
Look, I've been a fan. And they brought him back in this, and then they just made him buff.
Yeah.
For no real reason.
Fucking jacked, dude.
He's jacked. It's hilarious. The punches, like whenever he throws a punch, he did one to, I think, Mando, and I was like, the fight would be done there. Again,
he crushes him. He lands on Mandalorian,
and he does, yeah. And I was like, the fight would also be done there. Like
say what you will about the fucking armor that he has, the strength of that armor. The size of that slug landing on him is great. My favorite shot in the movies later on when it's the big aerial like establishing shot of them outside the palace, like about to sneak up, and they're like on the hill, like looking at it, and there's just a big fucking slug next to them.
so yeah, Rada, again, every punch.
How are you going to be stealthy with this guy standing there?
That is funny. So I don't know. I like the character design. I like the idea of having him in it.
Yeah.
But again, I just wish there was more. He explains up front, like right away. He's like, "Here's my issue. I feel like I'm in the shadow of my father. I need to get out of it." It's like, okay. He like already knows
again, like 2 more times.
He knows who he is, what he wants to be. Like, gives very on the nose, but like sweet.
There's not much of an arc for him to be able to go on at that point.
He's already there. Of like, I know I don't want to be like my dad, and so I won't be. And then also, hey, Grogu and Mando, you guys have a good relationship. Stick together, care for each other. It's like, okay. He just seems like a very well-adjusted slug who's chill. And it's like, yeah, not much for him to change. And then Mandalorian and Grogu, again, Grogu can't talk. There's no character there. And then Mando is already, from season 1 and 2, he had the development of beginning to care for this child and not being as self-interested and morally gray bounty hunter. And so he also doesn't really have any change here. So Mando doesn't change. Grogu, again, already has used the Force in many powerful ways before. I don't know that anything else changed here. There was that one stretch where he's having to take care of Mandalorian on his own.
That is the best part of the movie.
Which was great, because that
is the best
lets the puppet work shine for Grogu, and then they also had for the Fricks, the Babu Frick clan.
Yeah.
The Fricks. Who I adored. I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget the actual alien species, but I just call them the Fricks. So that was great.
Bro, there was
Love
a
that.
point in this movie where I was like trying to keep up with the plot, and like they capture Janu and they drop him off, and he says goodbye to Rada the Hutt, and I'm like, there's like an hour and something
Yeah,
left of this
that,
film.
that
Like,
was the end of the
what is?
episode.
I was like, what is the rest of the plot going to be here? And then they do the immediately follows with Mandalorian getting kidnapped, and Grogu is like alone on the planet, and Mandalorian is theoretically gone and being taken to the other huts. And I'm like, there's like 40 minutes left. How are they gonna wrap this shit up? What the fuck? They just like started a whole new plot halfway through the movie. Like, where is this gonna go?
Yeah,
It's literally like 2 episodes of The Mandalorian back to back is what it is.
yeah. Those
It's a
were
2 arc
maybe
Mandalorian.
3 or 4 because there's always short episodes on Mando. But
You're right.
yeah, you could sense like that would have been where the episode would end. Is okay, Rada's gone. It's great, and then do a little tease of Imbo showing up, and then the following episodes and all that action would happen. But yeah, I do really love Grogu when he's having to take care of Mandalorian.
It's a really good part of the movie. Yeah, it's the big thumbs up from me.
And then as far as some of the other stuff, like going way back earlier with Sigourney Weaver and her role in the film,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what was going on. Didn't feel like any presence.
They were like trying to go for like the morally gray feeling of Andor, where like the Republic is this thing that like sometimes does shady things, but for the betterment of the people. Of like they're dealing with the Hutts to be able to do this thing, but then like the end of the movie is like, no, we're the Republic. We're always going to be good, and the bad guys are always going to be bad.
Yeah,
that's why Andor shines. Is like it's okay that they're morally gray. Like they are fighting for something that is bigger than, you know, an individual life, and they're willing to make sacrifices, and they're willing to make hard decisions to win this war against like genuine fascism. And and Mandalorian Grogu is not. It is not the right platform to delve into such subject matter, so it's weird that they try to treat it that way. But there's also no way for them to introduce the Hutts as characters without acknowledging the fact that isn't it weird that the Republic is dealing with the Hutts, you know, like literal gangsters. Like there's just no way around it. They wrote a plot and they had to like come up with a way to fill the hole, and they did it the laziest way possible, which is just like it's literally just like it just is what it is, you know. This is what it is,
right? Which, and here's what I'll say. I think the most emotional that I got in the film was after Grogu has to go on the tiny ship. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
The Fricks and Grogu on their
little show, all the puppets are in the little
Mando,
thing. Yeah,
Mando awesome. Can't fit in.
Yeah, I can't fit in there. Yeah, no shit, buddy. Grogu like looks back at him like he's gonna get in. Dude, this like, fucking thing is smaller than my desk.
So he's like, okay, leave Grogu. And then he comes back and he's going through the woods and he's shooting all the dripped out droids. Can we talk about what in the world? Why do
I think
the
it's a cool choice. I think it's a cool choice to bring them back. I wish there was like a little bit of exposition explaining it, but I don't mind that there wasn't, because the exposition in the movie was frankly atrocious.
I'm fine that wasn't. I'm sure there was, you know, something.
I think if a better writer had taken a crack at the script, I would have liked to see like good exposition as to how they got their hands on the droids. However, a bad explanation is worse than no explanation at all. So I enjoyed the dripped out droids. I like, it's like a little bit, it just like brings them back into the fold. I like seeing them live action, you know. I think it's cool. A lot of the times they were like real puppets that look like, and then sometimes they were CGI, which they had to be. I wish we heard them talk. They don't speak.
Yeah, no one said Roger.
I missed that droid voice. Oh, dude, that was like the best part of the Clone Wars, were those fucking droids. Crack me up. And they didn't say anything. This whole fucking movie. Huge disappointment.
Which I'm fine with.
But you were saying, they were most emotional point. He's running through, fighting the dripped.
Their drip spoke for them. But anyway, and then my man Ludwig Göransson.
Yeah.
Going crazy on the score in this part in particular. But it was something about, which I would love to know again in the script, or what their intention was, because everyone knows Mandalorian is not going to die in this movie. Obviously not.
So it'd be like a really stupid way to, like a very uncinematic way to kill him off. Like it might be the last time we see him, at least for a long time, if there's not going to be season 4. But like in like this very throwaway plot kind of way, you kill him off here would be very bizarre.
Yeah, it would be stupid. But like no one believed that was going to happen. But as he's like running through and like shooting down all these droids one after the other, going through the woods, and that score is playing, and it has a bit more of a like somber tone to it. Like it's not like this, oh, heroic, he's going back and he's destroying them all. There's a bit of poignancy to it. Like it felt kind of sad. And then what I was imagining, and it wasn't like, oh, is he going to die or anything? What I was getting more compelled by was my thought process of like, doesn't he have to be getting tired of this? Of Mando like going through constantly fighting either the Imperials or these random bounty hunters or these droids now. Like having to do this over and over all the time, constantly, when he just had to say goodbye to the like one person that he's connected to, Grogu. And so I was thinking, wouldn't that have been such a compelling arc for this particular story where he does like recognize the moral gray area of like, oh, I'm with the New Republic now. He's had that shift where now he's like, okay, now I am working for the New Republic. I'm not just some self-interested bounty hunter. I'm on the good team, but they're sending me to go work with the Hutts I've already dealt with before. And like, now I'm getting roped into this gangster world. Like, why am I still doing this where it doesn't seem like there's a clear cut good and bad anymore? And I keep putting my son in harm's way, Grogu. All he wants to do, I feel like, would be just to raise Grogu, spend time with him. Like, whatever time they have left. Exactly, yeah. Like, still abiding by the rules of this dead religion, right? All the Mandalorians are scattered and whatnot. And even they were like a smaller cult anyway, of the ones that like you can't remove your helmet. All of that. And I'm like, this has to be exhausting, has to be tiring. So it would have been, I thought, beautiful. And again, like I was from that score and from what I thought were some of the best shot moments was, you know, that little run through the forest. I was like, that would have been emotionally impactful if Mando was like going through all this and then he's finally, and again with Rada the Hutt, he was going to deliver Rada to, you know, the twins, despite the fact that Rada literally ran away from him to avoid going back. And it explains to him verbally multiple times, they are going to kill me. And Mando was kind of like blasé about it. He's like, give him a chance or something. It's like, what? He knows the twins are bad. He knows the Hutts have nefarious desires. And so it's like, oh, I'm getting tasked by the New Republic to do this. I'm being tasked by the twins to bring in Rada against his will, basically. Like, I don't want to be a part of that anymore. I don't want to be a part of all these maneuvering pieces. And for what? Like the Imperials, obviously he doesn't know this, but we know this, that eventually the First Order does come back and destroys a large part of the New Republic anyway. So it's like, what is this all for? He's doing all this, putting Grogu in harm's way, himself in harm's way, for what? It would have been really powerful, I thought, if they would have had him like disconnect from that and literally just lay down, maybe not his armor, you know, you can keep that, I guess, but just pull himself out of the fight and be like, me and Grogu, we're going to go just chill, just hang out, you know, me, him and Rada on the beach somewhere, right? Like those chill, peaceful moments. I thought that would have been a very interesting storyline that they could dive into here. And again, the theme of like wanting to basically pull out of this seemingly never ending conflict rather than like continuing a fight. And then obviously, you know, the way they'll end it probably would have been this guy, they could have given Rada a character arc as well, is Rada, who also wanted to just pull out, right? He just wanted to disappear. He wanted to be gone. But then through, if they wrote it better, you know, the shenanigans that he gets into, he can see the need for like, oh, we do need good people, or at least people that are trying to be good people, to be a part of this fight. And so Rada would want to step in on that, and then he can help reassure Mando that what he's doing is purposeful and righteous and does matter, all that stuff. Like, if there was something like that, I think this would have had way more emotional resonance. It would have been a little more interesting as well, because then there's character depth. Again, we wouldn't think that either character is going to die, but then it's like, okay, they're having doubts, they're having struggles, they're actually going through more than just the motions of point A to point B to point C to point D. So
it's like fucking task completion, the movie, you know?
Exactly. And so I just thought that was, because again, all this happened in that brief, you know, 2-minute section, brought on by, again, that beautiful score. I need to like go back and find what that track was exactly, but it was great. And then I was like, so it's here, like the ingredients are here. I felt something in that moment, but it's like the filmmakers, just didn't want to follow up with something that would have been deep and at least challenging to the two characters. For the most part, it's just a pretty straightforward adventure.
Yeah.
Your mileage may vary on whether it was fun or boring. Again, I do agree some parts were a little boring. Some parts I thought were pretty fun, though. I thought that opening action sequence, taking down the AT-ATs, were good. I thought the battle with the dragon snake, that was pretty
cool.
compelling. I thought the CGI on that one was also the best of the bunch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there were like those moments that I thought were really strong. And then obviously the Grogu, taking care of Mando was also fun to watch and had a bit of emotional impact. But
that also would have hit hard if they leaned into the plot you were saying, of like, he should just focus on taking care of Grogu, and because he's pushed himself so far, now Grogu has to look after him.
Yeah.
And they kind of like skirt past that like reunion once he wakes up. He's just kind of like,
I know, he's just already up and about, chilling.
He's like, thanks, you did good. And then they just go back to it.
Yeah. And they could have, again, like the ingredients are there, because Grogu goes past that one alien. I don't know if he ever got named, but he's just chilling in a porch in the swamp, and he looks like he might be villainous, but he's just a chill guy, nice dude, and he ends up helping him out. It's like something like that too.
Thoughts on the Dave Filoni cameo?
I thought it was ridiculous. I was like, sure, why not? But I was like, he's just there's. He just looks like Dave Filoni, literally.
Yeah.
Like
he's like wearing his hat. He's in the hat that he always wears.
So I'm like, what? You didn't, put on.
You didn't at least wear like a Star Wars
makeup. Make yourself into a blue alien or something. Like, it was just the clothes. Yeah, it didn't even seem like he had wardrobe for it. They were just like, all right, he's on set today. Let's put him by the bar there and keep the hat and everything. So yeah, a little odd, but yeah, I liked that moment of Grogu like coming across someone who is kind, and it's like that also could have played into it. Like, oh, there are good people that are just scattered throughout the universe. Like, it's not always everyone being a villain or being self-interested or whatnot. Like, that also could have tied into that storyline or themes that I was imagining this story could have gone. But
yeah.
I'm
surprised by how much Rod of the Hutt was in it, because like going into it, I thought he was getting like a small part of it, and then I saw Jeremy Allen White second title card, and I was like, "What the fuck? Is he like in the movie?" Like, and he really is. Like, I mean, obviously he's not like the Mandalorian, he's not the main character, but he's in it way more than I thought he would be.
Indeed, should have been in more though. I can give him more character.
Yeah,
so that way we could I don't know, just felt more on the emotional front. Which would have helped, all the action stuff also pack more punch.
Yeah,
as well. I did think, again, a lot of Grogu stuff was cute. It's adorable. Again, Baby Yoda, possibly the smartest thing they've ever done in the Disney era.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fantastic choice.
It's
been 10 years of Disney era now, or 11, I guess. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, indeed. And so some good moments there. Grogu, when he built the little mud hut and then is using the Force to push Mando into it.
He didn't build enough.
He bonks his head.
Clunk, clunk. It's pretty
cute. When he was trying to fire up the ship, like get the ship going when they were coming back with Lord Janu, and then he keeps firing off rockets. That was pretty cute as well. So I like those moments. Again, very solid, heartwarming moments that they have there, carry over from their dynamic in the show very well. The fricks, of course. Possibly the best thing about Rise of Skywalker.
Put that thing in his mouth, I was like, oh my god, he's gonna rip it apart. He's gonna fucking rip that thing to shreds.
That would have been too brutal.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, I love all of them. Love the way they talk as well.
Them walking around the forest is really cute, like the little puppetry work of them just like stumbling around. It's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, like a lot of that stuff is endearing.
Have you heard the story that Werner Herzog is the reason that Baby Yoda's a puppet all the time and not CGI?
Why?
Because he's in the season 1 and they're like shooting it, and so they shoot the scenes with Werner Herzog with the puppet, and then they go to take out the puppet to do like the slide for CGI work, and Werner Herzog is like, "Why are you taking this thing away?" And they're like, well, we're gonna do like it's gonna be like CGI for most of it. And he goes, why would you do such a thing? This beautiful thing that you have made, it is perfect for this. You must leave it in.
Mm-hmm. And then they
That's it.
said,
And then they said, yeah, I guess he's right. I guess Werner Herzog is right.
You might know a little something. I mean, yeah, great choice. And he should definitely, because it doesn't do anything too crazy. So
no, he just goes.
They should do that. Dude, you saw my one on my story when I was at the film. I
It had the
saw
little astromech droid in the theater. Yeah,
R2D2, BB-8 were there. They're actually
that's
like
cool.
scooting around, coming up to people.
That's
Maybe
cool.
you should have went during that time. So you could feel a little bit of the magic.
Sure. I mean, I've been to, Hollywood studios where they have the Star Wars land, If there's ever a place to feel the magic, it's there. The Millennium Falcon's in front of you, the stormtroopers are walking around. Like, it feels like Star Wars.
Galaxy's
And
Edge.
yeah, and I don't know. I don't know. I feel the magic when I watch the original films. When I go and I rewatch those, I'm like, yeah, I understand why I like this so much. It is great. But it's just been so many mediocre attempts at like rebottling that magic that I'm like starting to get worn out, I suppose, as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Clone Wars, the final season, some of those Clone Wars episodes as a kid, bro, they're great. Playing Battlefront, like the original on the PS2 with my brother, great memories. The Lego Star Wars games, fucking loved them.
Yeah.
Playing with lightsabers as a kid, awesome. There's like a lot of positives to Star Wars. I just don't necessarily think, as a grown man, I'm necessarily a fan anymore.
Wow.
I'm a fan of certain things. I'm not necessarily a fan of Star Wars in vague generalness. I don't know if I have like a fandom myself, personally. Obviously, Star Wars is yours. You love Star Wars.
I love it. Again, yeah, the universe, I think it's just one of the best. I think it's always something interesting is there. And so, like I said, I've seen all the live action stuff. The animated stuff, obviously Clone Wars and whatnot. I'll go and maybe explore some things.
I'm very good
Tales of
Rebels.
Jedi, stuff like that. I think you can watch Rebels. I don't know. I mean, as it becomes more, again, Filoni, his whole freaking deal is just going to be to introduce all these animated characters. We didn't even talk about Zeb in this one. I'm not a fan. I was not a fan
of like the animated characters coming to live action.
Yeah, because the promise again with Ahsoka, it's like she really shouldn't have made it out of the Clone Wars. There should have been, but obviously because when Disney came in, they canceled that, and so it's like, okay, we couldn't get closure. So she survives. They do the thing in Rebels where she gets to come back and confront Vader. Awesome, great. But then now she survived all of that, the original trilogy, as did all these other, the Rebel characters. And it's like, okay, so they weren't involved in any of that. Now, what are they going to be involved in? Do they make it until the First Order time or not?
Yeah, like where were they?
Definition, they can't. Like if Luke is the last hope and then he, goes to BFE, then clearly they can't have just called on Ahsoka, who by that point would have to be, if not Luke power, I mean, second strongest Jedi, top 5.
She would have to be like yeah.
She'd have to
she would have been around for so much longer than Luke at this point.
More than capable.
They should have ended her story in Ahsoka at the latest, if not Rebels.
Right, which is what we'll see. I'm wondering what they're going to do, but it's like you just can't have Ahsoka, Ezra, Sabine, like all these people survive and then also not show up to like defeat the First Order. Like they have to die. I just don't know if Filoni is going to have the balls to do that. Like in the prequel trilogy, killed off all the Jedi. Obviously, we didn't really care about any of them. Only in hindsight through the Clone Wars show.
Kit Fisto.
I loved Kit Fisto. He's dope, but again, in the movie, you're just like, oh, he's cool. You don't know anything about him, alone his name in the movie. Again, they're all dope, and in the animated show, we get to see how cool they are. But they were just like cool looking people. Shakti. So yeah, all of them.
That's why I like Clone Wars so much. Is they just gave so much more context to the prequels that I can enjoy the prequels more now, having that
Yeah,
context.
it's great.
Also, I just love the episodes where it's just about the clones. I'm not gonna lie, I
Yeah,
love
a
it.
lot of those are great for sure. So I don't know.
There
You
are also
see,
a lot of bad episodes. There's a lot of fucking filler,
that is true.
but there's good in there. There's a lot of good in there.
Star Wars is one of those franchises that doesn't pull its punches. Like every character is dead pretty much. Like what Lando's the only one from the OT, and I guess the droids obviously and Chewbacca. But and then again, they should have killed Chewbacca. They should have just pulled the trigger in Rise of Skywalker if they were going to do it. But
Yeah, the fake
those
out was
characters,
stupid.
it kills their characters, which is what's partially great about it.
Yeah.
And then how are we going to have Ahsoka, Ezra, Sabine, all these people live not through just one, Jedi genocide, and then two, the whole defeating the Empire. No way they can do it for a third time of like going past the First Order. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. But yeah, until that point, I don't know that I want to watch Rebels. But at some point, it may come around. But I love Star Wars. Always have. Always will. And it's by far my favorite universe, favorite world. That's my favorite characters. It's my favorite movies, most influential, most inspirational. So it'll always have a soft spot in my heart.
What's your favorite movie? Is that what you said?
Some of, but I mean, yeah, your Star Wars is in your top 4. Star Wars is in my top 4.
It is. It is in my top 4.
So yeah, what are you talking about?
I do love the original Star Wars film.
Are you being so incredulous about it?
No, because I thought your favorite film was Lion King, so I was like, "What are you talking?"
It
about?
is, but again, they can all be interchangeable. Like I could watch Star Wars and be
no,
like, yeah,
you can only pick one.
Well, and yeah, right now it's Lion King, but it can always change. So I've always
for a while my favorite movie was Midnight in Paris. For like 9 months after I watched the movie, I was like, "This is the best thing ever made."
And then it went to Goodfellas and never changed.
It was The Good Man and the Ugly for a while in high school. Remember that? I tried to get you all to watch The Good Man and the Ugly, and you guys got bored, so we watched Edge of 17 instead.
Well, I was in there for that, so don't slander me. Even though it was my birthday.
That being said, Edge of 17, although I watched it under protest because I wanted to finish The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and they literally turned it off right before the last third of it, which is the best part of the movie. That being said, we put on Edge of 17, and I was like, "This is stupid. We should just finish the movie started." And I did actually enjoy watching The Edge of 17. I just did not. I did not vocalize it in the moment because I did not want to. I don't want to lose face.
I mean, yeah,
my ego could not be shattered.
Yeah, I mean, it was a unkind thing, I suppose, to switch. But I mean,
no, it's fine. I mean, they just didn't like it. It's whatever. It's fine. It was bold of me to assume that high schoolers would want to watch a 3-hour Western.
It was, yeah.
Instead of hour and 45-minute high school rom-com. Or com, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it's
coming of age comedy.
Coming of age, that's a good word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
anything else about the Mandalorian and Grogu?
Long story short, once again, I think they should have brought me on to consult.
Yeah. One of these days, they're going to get you in. You're just so busy these days. They couldn't quite figure out the scheduling, I guess.
Indeed, yeah.
For your schedule, you might be able to get on those Star Wars projects, buddy.
But I think I still enjoyed enough of it. But yeah, it just didn't have, there's no theme, no real character arc.
None.
No real significant impact, either emotionally or
it was just a TV
like
special.
a larger world. So that's a drag. But overall, so glad we got more Mando and Grogu. They're great. Music was great. A lot of stuff is fun. The world is fun. So I had a good time.
Okay. How many blue cookies out of 5? By the way, those blue cookies look delicious. They're like little macaroons. Mm-hmm.
They did look delicious.
Yummy.
3 out of 5.
I'm giving it 2 out of 5. However, if this had just been like season 4 of The Mandalorian that I just watched it on TV, I'd probably give it like a 3. But I didn't. I saw it in a movie theater with a movie ticket with other people, and I have higher expectations, so it's a 2.
Dang.
And I think that's fair. Even though we're saying that television shows are becoming comparable to films, I still think it's fair to expect higher writing quality out of films than out of television.
That's fair. Very fair. Yeah, we definitely expect a more, concentrated character arc.
Yeah.
And more prominent themes if you're going to just do a movie rather than try and stretch across 4 episodes. Because again, this would be like half a season, so it'd be fine to do this as long as, because there'd be another half of things to go. But in this case, this was it.
This was it. This is all there was, and there will never be any other Mandalorian movie ever. That is all the time we have. If you'd like to give your thoughts on the show, you can email us at theboxofficeshowpod@gmail.com.
Our main title theme for the show, Sundown by Joseph McDill.
If you like the show, please give us 5 stars whatever podcast app you're listening to, and be sure to tune in next week. Have a great rest of your day.